tunapiga sherehe, agizia upewe, tunapiga kelele, kanashika penyewe. Gold, kimangoto over 1.5. Tour from design ya omom, say you guy, my guy. Tukundakas kama kawa na machaji no mine. Tulisaka tukapata yondo tamu wa life. Tuko mavitu, tunaserereka ni kupima na wazimu. Masha bila pressure kujivinjari muhimu. Na shingi kutesa hizi area muatibu. Pori kona pesa ulenje kona.
So you see sometimes when we shine on cameras and you see artists shining and balling, you don't know who's behind those cameras and who's directing that music and who's making everyone look fine and good. And you know, she's singing to that music because she's passionate about her work. Renata, welcome to the show. You smile too.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
You know, I used to hear people say, you know, people in the creative industry are easy. You
know, you have to be simple.
Aye. Because your work is in your head is already complicated,
exactly.
sophisticated.
You can't have, so much going on. You already have so much to think about. Yes.
I think you do amazing work.
Thank you. I appreciate.
You wear so many hats. Talk to me about this. You're a mother. You are a videographer. You are a choreographer. What else have I left out? You're a student.
No, that's enough. That's enough.
Modesty. Modesty. And I don't know how this interview is going to go, but that is just how modest she is. Now, let's talk about your journey. You're still a student, right?
Yes, I am.
But you're out there doing stuff, especially the song we've just seen. When did you notice that? Is this the same thing you're pursuing? Is this what you're studying?
Yes, this is the same thing I'm studying.
So you really are passionate, you're talented, and you're also professional.
Yes.
How is this journey for you?
It's been hectic.
Yeah.
But, you know, as long as you love something, you'll always go for it, you know. It's not easy balancing school, you know, being a mother and also working. It's very hard. But at the end of the day, if you know what you want, everything will work out.
If you know what you want.
Yes.
What then does it take to be in this position?
Patience.
Patience.
Patience. And also, you know, like a good work ethic, yeah? And discipline also. Also, being consistent. Yes.
Good work ethic, discipline, and patience. Those are my take home. I hope they are as well for you. Now, I want to ask, because a lot of people are complaining about, hey, I don't have my jobs. And most people wait to graduate and then boom, get jobs. But you are not even in the spirit of transitioning. You're actually already doing it. How did you start this? How did your journey of not just being a student but also working with the industry start?
Okay, so I used to be a dancer. You know, after high school, you know, I used to dance. I love dancing, and I'd go to Enosolik set most of the time. So every time I'd see him handling the camera, I'd be like, wow, you look so good. You know, I wish I was behind the camera, you know. And that is where my passion came from, you know. So after a while, I joined school. Then I actually joined school because I wanted to do music videos. But, you know, in the long run, now you come to know I'd love to do film and all those other things. So yeah, actually from dancing now, that is where I found out like I'd want to be a camera girl or I'd want to be a DOP. So I went for it.
I like that. You know, there is this, besides the music you have watched, there is this, is it Uncelebrated Heroes or Stars?
Unlucky Stars.
Unlucky Stars.
Yes.
That you also part of.
Yes.
And that you've mentioned doing film. How is it being behind the cameras, you know, being able to just make someone look, because if anything goes wrong with that framing, there's nothing we are watching. How is it being in that position? It takes a lot of keenness, yeah?
You have to be very careful because you have to make your star shine.
You have to make your star shine.
Exactly. So you have to be on the ground. You have to make sure everything is perfect because at the end of the day, it comes back to you.
Comes back to you. Because you see your credits as well.
Exactly.
But now teamwork and leadership, how is that?
It's a little bit crazy when you're working with friends because sometimes you're like, you might tell somebody something, but you'll feel like, am I pushing them too much? Am I being very hard on them, you know? And also being a girl, they'll be like, what are you telling me? You know,
because,
there's just that perspective. And it's a little bit hard, but you have to be tough. I mean, you have to have thick skin because at the end of the day, it comes back to you.
Work has to be done.
Yes.
Ati Monday ni kazi.
Hey,
Tuesday ni
Tuesday.
katu Monday.
Allah.
Wednesday si jale. Yani leo ndio tujale.
Hey.
Thursday na ngoja Friday.
Hey, oh la 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 la.
Allah. I like that. So being in your space.
Uh-huh.
Who are we looking at in the next few years? I know you're really good behind cameras. People don't get to see you guys, but thank God we gotten to see you today. What are your prospects?
In a couple of years, I'd love to be a top director in Africa, as being a female, because it's very hard. It's a male-dominated field. You have to prove yourself. By the time I'm telling somebody, I can handle a camera, I can do this, they need to see what have you done before. You understand? So I want in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, Mwende Renata, you'll be singing my name.
Hey, you will say her name, you will be singing her name.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that, girl. We are behind you 100%. And when that does happen, whether you're joining us via Zoom in Boston, or if you're going to come in studio, please do come in studio. Now, one last, not very last, not least thing that I would want to ask is there's a lot that has happened with the COVID-19 pandemic, and that's affected your industry.
Yes.
How are you coping with it? What are the new coping mechanisms that you have come up with as Renata in this very new normal?
Hey, COVID, changed everything.
Yeah.
You understand? Some artists didn't have money to pay for videos and things like that. But in the midst of all that, you would not lack. You cannot lack, because there's somebody somewhere who had been saving to do their music videos and all that. So sometimes you feel like, am I doing the right thing? Am I in the right field? But you have to keep moving. You understand? We still look for clients, because we haven't gone hungry, have we? We have not. We cannot. So you have to keep pushing.
I like that. So whether things have changed and things are shaky, Renata here is giving me more hope and energy here in studio, saying either way, you won't go hungry. Keep at it. Don't sit back and say times are hard.
Exactly.
Renata, exactly. Our friends were saying, hey, Renata, maisha imekwangu.
It's hard on everyone, but sir, what will we do, Stefania?
It's hard on everyone.
Hey.
Adi Renata ameacha tu mic iende huko tu. So what are these words that you would say to a young woman watching this morning? Of course, you've said it's more male-dominated, and there's a way people look at you and she's just a girl. What is she telling me?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I love to see her behind the cameras. What is it for me as a woman? Right in that camera.
I'd tell every young woman watching this, as in, go for it. You understand? People will always talk. People will always talk. But as long as you know what you want to do and you're passionate about it, you go for it. Don't wait for anybody. I remember I used to beg people to go for their sets, but I had to make the step. So no matter what happens, you should not have any excuses. Like, go for it, be yourself. People will talk. So we move regardless. Yes.
Make that step. And also, we said you're wearing a lot of hats. How are you juggling? Being a mom, I can tell you it is difficult.
Crazy.
And you're raising a king, you're raising a man. What I say, women empowerment is killing boy children. This is an empowered woman raising a king. How are you juggling? Just give us a little bit of detail. Don't tell me ni mungu tu. How are you doing this thing?
It's crazy. It's very hard. Sometimes I'm having classes, and then after that I have a shoot, or I need to go and edit. So what I do is I make sure I spend enough time with my son before I leave. You understand? Let's say like today, I made sure I spent time with him yesterday, because he won't see me until tomorrow. You understand? So it's hard, but there's always a way.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's hard, but there's always a way. Remember this thing, today I'm saying a lot of cliche words. If you have the will, you'll make a way, but if you don't, you create an excuse.
Exactly. That is perfect.
And and you're saying find a way. I would want this to go on and on and on and on. And I know that unlike the artists who I ask to sing, and to actually do a freestyle, I cannot ask you to demonstrate yourself behind the cameras. So what I'm going to do is to allow the viewer actually see this modest, amazing woman do her work and deliver behind the cameras.
So far, ile scene imenibamba is the one at the studio. I think the lighting was really nice. And plus, the blue lights was amazing.
So we're set up for this shot. Basically, we're in a lounge, this kind of lounge, a business lounge or conference. So we'll be tracking this. This is our first shot. We'll be blocking the scene.
Let's go. Set. Going for a tip. This is day 2 of shooting, and this is my first day, but day 2 of shooting.
Tuna slate. Si uende pale mbele slate. Ngoja. Unatakaje? Let's try. It's not as cold as it looks.
Speed camera silence, guys. It's exactly 8:05, and we're going for a first take.
Take 2.
Well, there we go. Now they have seen the real person doing her job, and of course giving you know how you feel about your work. And I think you guys have those moments that you say, well, I felt like this went well, this didn't go well.
Yes.
How do you handle your bad days? Not every time things go well. The pressure.
If I have a bad day, like, I just go home, I'll go and cry. I'll go and cry.
You said that.
I'll go and cry, or, I'll go and make my nails. Actually, making my nails make me feel better.
They actually look good today.
Yeah.
Did you have a bad day yesterday?
3 days ago. So, like, I'll go and cry, I'll go and make my nails, or I'll spend time with my son, like, and then after that, I'll be back to normal.
Bounce back, like the hard ball.
We move.
Bounces back. And you want to big up your team. I think that's an amazing team you work with.
Yes.
You want to big up a few of them?
Yes, I would like to big up Antivirus EV. That's my assistant camera or my assistant director. I'd like to big up Sean, 1900 Films, and everyone who's believed in me. Yes. Oh, and thank you, Kinja, for bringing me here.
Oh, nice. Maybe you are jealous. But which is, like, when you watch your work, like, if you ask me, Anki, which was your favorite show, which was your favorite interview, I would pick one. Mm-hmm. Which is yours? Like, you celebrate it.
Kanairo by Trio Mio, AJ Barracuda, and Big Ting AP. I love Kanairo. That shoot, when it was a little bit crazy because we started late, and then when we were shooting in town, sometimes you might be disrupted or something. So at the end of the day, I was like, it's been a hectic shoot, but the outcome was perfect.
Nice. She didn't even think twice about that. She was just like, she got the question, Kanairo, boom. We celebrate you.
Thank you.
And today I just want to say, I'm celebrating you as the woman that you are this morning. And I know you don't mind, but it's good to pick a debe, man. Come on, you could blow trumpet, you to blow. Can I be an artist? Like, which are these names that you have worked with?
Trio Mio, Lewa, remember Lewa? So Trio Mio, and also we did a song with Wahenga featuring Trio Mio and Ska, and it's dropping today, so you can subscribe to Wahenga Music YouTube channel. Let's go.
Anki is not breathing. She just said that in my show, so if you did not know about it, now you know. Courtesy of the WCW edition, something is dropping today, and we just got that in the show.
Yes.
And you did that one, so I'm looking forward to your work. Because it's your line of duty, which directors inspire you in the industry? Who do you look up to?
I'd say
Locally and internationally.
okay. There's Enosolik, Mike Lolly P.
Oh, Mike!
Yeah.
Mike. Great shout out to Mike. Come on, Mike, Nimnoma.
Yeah, Nimnoma
Alright,
sana. And internationally, Hannah Lux Davis. Yes.
Standards. Where is the
Asante.
levels that I should come to compete? And being a woman, I cannot. Today, I'm not wearing my shoes. I'm not. I think you mentioned some of the challenges of being a woman in the industry. Like some people don't listen to you. It's
Don't
a bit
believe in you.
difficult. Yeah. And do you have any other more challenges you're gonna talk about besides missing your boy?
Yeah. No, not really.
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to be positive.
Yes.
Keep it positive. Keep smiling through it. And I like that's the attitude I want to take with me through also after this particular show. And as people transition from the academia to the industry, and now you here literally juggling between the academia and the industry and smiling through it and keeping the positivity and the energy and the vibe up. Upoju.
Yes.
Respect.
Asante.
Rudy Tena. Aja Transit, she's actually juggling, and that's amazing, right?
Yes.
So, oh la 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 la.
Allah.
Allah. That's how we end this show, celebrating you behind the camera. So when you see Anki shining, when you see all those artists you're celebrating, remember to big up the people behind those cameras who actually direct those music videos and who are behind those cameras. And Mwende here is my icon this morning. I want to breathe a little bit and then come back and dance again. Good morning.